chaos. Okay. We love chaos. Next. Let's see how this goes. We haven't got a bribe this time as well, which makes things a little awkward. But hopefully we can use our death roller to get a couple of beastmen before then. Would be nice. Yeah, unfortunately we're not playing in our stadium. We don't have inducement money, so... I suppose I could have bought a bribe, actually. I could have just bought one with our petty cash. I should start doing that, actually. Sometimes I think to myself, oh, well, we haven't got inducement money, so technically we shouldn't have a bribe, and I end up playing without one. But maybe I should just start doing it. I should just, when I've got the money for the bribe, buy a bribe anyway, and give them the extra 100k. That might be worthwhile, actually. I'm going to start doing that as of next game. We'll start doing that. We'll buy the bribe every game. Whenever we've got the money, we will buy it and see how it goes. Guys, this Astro Granite plus snow.
Here we are in perfectly adequate surroundings, getting ready for today's big match.
It is. Oh, Astro Granite plus a blizzard.
Hard. Really
okay.
hard.
Ooh, this should be a fun game.
There we go then. Yeah, exactly. Or Elf Team Hell. I might go long. I mean, as I said, I've been saying that we're going to stream for 5-6 hours today. There is the possibility that I go a bit longer. It depends. It just depends how things work out. But definitely, the reason I say 5-6 hours because if, like, I know I'm going to do at least that long. You know, I wouldn't want to be saying to people, "Oh, I'm going to go for I'm going to stream for like 9 hours," and then all of a sudden cut it short. But just like the Vikings game tomorrow, like I went through a phase where I watched quite a lot of American football, or as much as I could watch, being in England. And isn't like I always feel like every Vikings game it's snowing. Like it's one of those things. Like every time I see like a footage of like a famous Vikings game, it's always snowing. It's always. Does it like always? What is it? Are they in Minnesota still? The Vikings? Isn't it like always snowing in Minnesota? Is that not the way? Is that not the way that works? Did you have a good game against Chaos then, RJ? Did it go well? Oh, he's got kickoff return as well. Nice. Oh, we get a blitz though, which is nice. Let's see what he's got. He's gone. Block. So he's got a pretty big old kill team, isn't he? Lots of claw, block. He's got some kick. I quite like this guy's team. To be fair, is that sneaky get dirty player? Oh, this guy has to go. This guy has to go. Right. Oh. How did you know what? I made a complete balls up here. I don't know why I put 5 guys on the line. I really wasn't. I could have sworn I moved these guys back, but obviously I didn't. I misclicked. And we.
Have you tried that Croxiade yet, boy?
A sports drink made
I suppose we want to go.
No thanks.
Oh.
I'll give it a miss.
I'm kind of loath to make going for it, but
Spike on the armor, but I'm not that stupid.
yeah, I feel like it's always worth to take a 1 dice. I think a guy up here. We'll move a guy across as well, and then be done with it.
Unity is
Ah, right, okay. They have a new stadium. I've never been to an American football game. I've been to a baseball game. Oh, do you watch American football as well, Vili? I do really like it. I just never know. I never know where's a good place to watch it. Apart from like buying ESPN or something, but. But yeah, I've never been to an American football game. I've been to a baseball game, and that was a lot of fun. Like just sitting out in the sun and spending the day, you know, watching baseball. Oh, that is not what we needed. A KO straight away. Never mind. Skip.
That's gonna hurt in the morning.
The armor, it means nothing. Warm beer and cold hot dogs. Alright, okay. It was a good day. It was a good day. I did enjoy it, watching the baseball. This guy got sure hands on? Yeah, he's got sure hands and extra arms. Okay. Haha! Damn. Yeah, I'm certainly not as fortunate as you then.
What can you do against a full-speed horned opponent?
The aim between the eyes.
Because this guy's not messing around. That I do not understand. Oh, I suppose, yeah, no, I was going to say I don't understand why he blitzed there just to follow up, but I do, because he's got horns, so that's why he blitzed, to get the +1.
Excellent use of his chaotic appendage.
And I've had some thoughts. I had some thoughts about my my problems with chaos this morning. This morning I was thinking, like when I was getting ready to do the stream, I was like, okay, I'm going to play some Blood Bowl today. And then I started thinking about Blood Bowl. And then I was thinking about yesterday's stream where we had the big conversation about chaos and why I hate chaos. And I've come to the conclusion that I kind of was a little bit wrong. Because, well, not wrong in the fact that I think chaos are crappy to play against, but I was overlooking one very important point, and that is that I hate it when like teams concede against me, but the way the game is currently set up, they give you the option to concede. The only reason that I don't use it is because I arbitrarily decided that I wasn't going to concede games. And that is a restriction that I've set on myself and isn't part of the game. So I suppose the counter argument to everything I was saying was, well, you don't really have to deal with chaos teams killing all your players because you could just concede the games which are going really badly. Yeah, I gave him 5 on the line. I could have sworn that I moved the... I had a bit of a mini stroke there, because I could have sworn I moved the Troll Slayers back with the other guys, and then I looked up and they were still on the line, but never mind. But yeah, there is definitely an argument to be made for things would be a lot different if I just conceded the game. Like this game. I could, you know, if he injures 3 enemy players, I could go, alright then, we're not going to win this game, and then concede. So, yeah, I've come to the conclusion that if I'm going to arbitrarily decide that I'm not going to concede games, then I've got to kind of sack up and accept the fact that things are going to go badly.
Those players are very close.
Oh yeah, don't get me wrong. Yeah, the troll slayers on the line was horrible. Like it wasn't intentional. I just made an absolute. Like I think I had a minor stroke. Because I could have sworn I moved them. I remember myself clicking on them and moving them back here, but was not to be. There we go. So 1 KO apiece. But yes, no, I was thinking about it, and I was thinking, you know, I was kind of thinking about all the different things people were saying about it. And while I still think that Chaos are kind of crappy to play against because they're the only team where, you know, games can be over by turn 4. I feel like I do feel like that there's a perfectly valid way that the games would be less painful for me, and that would just be to concede, like when things go absolutely terrible. So I'm not going to concede, but I have to accept the fact that that is in the game, and I'm just choosing not to use it. So. Yeah, that I can definitely see RJ putting any block dodge guy on the line is really good against teams that don't have a lot of tackle because they are hard to get down. Dodge wrestle is another one. If you get a dodge wrestle piece and put them on the line, they're always really hard to deal with. I feel like that's always a good way to go. I mean, yeah, this team's pretty. This guy's team is pretty good, pretty well built. I'll give him that. He seems to have a fairly even spread. Again, though, he's like the good old-fashioned Chaos. I'm just gonna play with no subs to keep my TV down, and I'm just gonna kill everything before you get a chance to kill my players. Like that's all it is. I feel like against Chaos teams, like you need to you can win or lose really early. That's all. That's the way this is gonna go. If I can survive the first half and then get my death roller in and maybe injure a couple of guys, then maybe we're looking rosy. If I can't, then maybe things go slightly more. Things turn out to be slightly more problematic. But I feel like there is a distinct possibility I might make a dodge here. I mean, that guy's got no block or dodge. I feel like there is the chance we might make a dodge here and get a 1 dice.
He's dead. Yes.
Oh, come on, game. Yeah, go on then. Why not? Ugh. You're dead to me. You are dead to me. Oh, but at least he got a player sent off, so I'm actually okay with that. You know what? Funnily enough, it's crappy. It's crappy that I died. It really is. But we've got subs. And it was a long beard, so... The annoying thing is that we burnt the Apo. That's the most annoying part about it. Now you stand up. You, sir. Go over there. You go over here. Yeah, exactly, Trezif. It's gonna be one of them days. Never mind. Yeah, I feel like we're almost certainly gonna try and make the 1 dodge with the Agi 3 blitzer. Like again, this guy has no block or dodge. So yeah, he did bribe to stay in, but at least the bribe's gone now, which is good.
They'll need to get rid of the ball now.
There we go. I suppose I want to push him and follow and just see what happens.
That's kind of the point.
The unfortunate part is what you really need in situations like this is just the I suppose. Do I make a 50% dodge here? No, why not? No, this is the yeah, I suppose. Yeah, the problem is not problem. Sorry, the only annoying part about that is that we burned the Apo and he still ended up being useless anyway because he got minus armor. But the good thing is that we got the ball carrier down. The thing is. Oh, was that not a link? I'll look into it. Oh, you know what? Yeah, just because it had a forward slash in it. Yeah, that's all it is. It's all right. Like when it does there you go. That was what you put. I'll just do it anyway for you. Yeah, it probably did.
Should they be stomping on the player's neck with those studded boots that high?
I should check that actually. Have we just?
I can't connect to a game on an emotional level until it has at least one fatality.
Well, there goes the polling on Mighty Blow Troll Slayer. See what I mean? We should just concede this game and be done with it, but we're not going to because we're gluttons for punishment. This might be the end of the Dwarves. Well, indeed. No problem, Norrie. See you in a bit. See you in a bit. How many have we lost? 3. We got 2 subs. Right. Suppose we want to get a guy. We need this guy out of the way, really. This is our best chance. Oh, come on. There we go. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, he's just helping us reduce the TV.
Took hold of the ball.
But yeah, I mean, in all honesty, there is definitely an argument to be made for we should just failed the game for it. Okay, I mean, I know that's because of the blizzard. Fair enough. There is an argument to be made for we should just concede, but like, is that really how like? It still causes the problem. Like every time you come up against the high TV Chaos team, they kill a couple of players in the first 2 turns, and then you just insta concede every time. Can't remember the last time I played against the high TV Chaos team where this didn't happen. It's all too common. All too common. I mean, not the deaths. The deaths was just exceptionally unfortunate, but...
Casualty so early in the match? Hey, I might actually start paying attention.
Yeah, no, I've come to the conclusion that it's not like I really do think that the like what a lot of people have said and what I agree with as well. It's the fact that there's no 51 star player point rule. I genuinely feel like it's not so much that Chaos. Like that's all it is. I think that's all it would take to fix it, because it's just a case of it makes it too easy to protect all your players if you are that way inclined. Like you could literally take any team and just play them, and every single time you burn your Apo, just be like, "Oh, I'm done, concede." And then you get to just you never lose any players. So eventually your whole team gets like a Chaos team with like 1 or 2 kill pieces you can deal with. A Chaos team with like a team full of kill pieces is really Yeah, the thing is, RJ, like granted you're saying that you would have to let them kill all your players, but also you're missing like what my point is this is that to get a Chaos team to the stage where all of your players, like look at his players, every single one is like level 4 or 5. Like level 3, 4, level 3, level 3, level 4, level 4, level 3, and he's playing with no substitutes. Like to get a Chaos team to that stage without losing players is really, really hard work. Like that is the hard part for Chaos. So if the 51 SPP rule was in effect, then I feel like it would help, because then you wouldn't come up against as many Chaos teams like this. They would have some higher level players, but along the way they would lose players and have to replace them. So they might have some high level ones, some low level ones, which I feel like would help. See what I mean? Like it. If every time Chaos had a bad game, they were forced to stay in the game and actually lose some players rather than just conceding, then like it would be much harder for them to get to the stage where all of their players are like level 3, 4 and have all of their kill skills and are good to go. That's all it is. Skip. Yeah, it's all gone. It's all gone downhill. No, he's not dead. No, he's not dead. But yeah, that's all, RJ. That's why I think the 51 SPP rule is good. Granted, like again, like when you have a bad game against Chaos, you're going to get butchered. But that's what Chaos does. Like that's not that. I've got no problem with that. It just means that when Chaos lose pieces, they are actually going to lose pieces. That's all.
The less defenders there are around, the easier it's going to be to move.
Yeah, and you probably again, you could probably make a kill piece with 50-star player points, but then that's assuming that you have the ability to arbitrarily keep a piece at 50-star player points, which you don't. Like, if once a piece gets to 50, eventually he's going to get more than 50. You can't arbitrarily just be like, okay, you're never going to get any more star player points. So eventually they're going to go over it.
They're gathering around that lone player, like halflings round a sandwich. He won't leave him alone anytime soon.
Again, not ideal, but ugh.
Are you kidding? If you can't run, he's going to sleep, and maybe we will see him on the pitch later.
Dun, dun, dun. Yeah, it's just if the that's my reasoning behind it anyway. The 51 SPP rule. Yeah, no, definitely. I know you don't see Chaos kill teams conceding. You see people conceding to the Chaos kill teams, but that's when the Chaos kill team is already 2000 TV. Like, my point is this: is that I find it hard to believe that throughout, however this guy has made his run, not necessarily this guy specifically, but like out of all the Chaos teams you end up facing at 2000 TV, I find it hard to believe that up until that point there was never a game where they had a bad game for once and they burned their Apo and then they conceded really early in the game to not lose pieces. Like that is my thing. That is what I'm getting at basically. I feel like the only way you get, unless you're exceptionally lucky or really, really good, like brilliantly well, you play the game brilliantly, I feel like it's very, very hard, extremely hard, to get a Chaos team to this stage whereby you are playing every game with no substitutes and you have all of your star player points evenly spread out across 11 players so that they are all level 3, 4 and 5 and have all of their kill score. Like, I think that that's a really hard thing to do. So that's all it is. I feel like it's really hard to do that. I would find it hard to believe that there are as many Chaos coaches out there.
They've done well to stay on their feet.
But anyway, yeah, I mean, I really don't know if we're... I mean, I probably should just concede this at half time. There's not really... I don't think there's much we can do here, to be honest. Never mind. I feel like we are going to concede this at half time. I hate conceding. I really hate it. But I really just don't see, like, I don't see how we're going to win or even make this competitive at this point. Which I hate to say. I really do hate to say it. We get, if we get all our KOs back and we get the 2 subs, maybe 1, 2, 3, 4 would be 4 down, would be 2 players down, and if he doesn't get his KO back, would be 1 player down. So there is that. If we're only down 1 or 2 players, we get the death roller on the pitch, we see how it goes. That is the silver lining. That's what I'm going to pin my hopes on. So we are going to play it out with a death roller, and we'll see how it goes. Get down to the proper Dwarf TV. Yeah, I do get what you're saying. I do get what you're saying. But then I'm going to call you. That's an all good one. Kisiek. I definitely do get what you're saying. That dwarves are good at lower TVs. I don't disagree with that. But then by that token, then I might as well just make a new dwarf team, and every time a dwarf gets to level 2, I might as well fire him and replace him with a rookie, and just permanently play at 1000 TV. And then that would be great for me. But I don't feel like that would be a lot of fun. 51 SPP rule hurts non-co. No, I see. That is where we disagree. I don't think it does. But again, each to their own. Like I'm not necessarily saying I'm not here to tell you you're wrong. I'm just saying I don't think the 51 SPP rule hurts non-chaos more than chaos. My opinion is that it hurts chaos more, because it would mean that chaos would actually have to lose some pieces occasionally. Rather than just being able to protect. Like, I think if you can't protect your pieces from getting injured and dying, then they, like, I feel like you would come across far less chaos teams that are like 1800, 1900 TV with 11 players who all have claw mighty block, all have claw mighty blow block, and I feel like that would happen less often. Hopefully that was turn 8. But yeah, no, each to their own. I mean, everyone, you know, each to their own opinion. Like, I feel like it would help a bit, but then maybe I am wrong. Maybe like you say, maybe it would hurt non-chaos more. But
I'm worth at least 3 players. I could do with working a few necks, air out the cobwebs.
Despite being in the lead, this team now has to kick the ball to the losing squad.
They'll want to get it back as soon as they can.
yeah, that's the other thing. Roller on, roller off as well. Yeah, I feel like we're screwed here, aren't we? Yeah, because without the Death Roller as well now, we're kind of boned. Like, I probably am going to concede it. I'm going to have to concede it after. I really hate conceding games, but I feel like I'm going to have to do it now. The fact that I'm conceding, though, means I am retiring the Dwarves. I am not going to concede a game and then carry on playing them, because that's just against what I... let's just hit some stuff and then no, don't do that.
The attacker has an assist.
Yeah, RIP Dwarves, RIP Dwarves. Just because I really don't. I don't know. I just feel bad about conceding games because I really hate conceding games. Like it really goes against my nature, like to quit. But I really don't feel like I can do much against this, like now, at this point in this game. I don't know, 4 injuries, we're going to be 2 men down, the Death Roller's going to go off the pitch. We're kind of boned.
This player forgot his hands in the changing rooms. Were they asleep then?
Well, I certainly was, Joe.
Yeah, one last vanity pass. If I could have picked up the ball, I might have tried it. It's such a shame as well. We just got block on our Death Roller, but GG, good sir. Unfortunately, as much as I hate it, we're going to concede. I'm going to hold my hands up and say, you know what? I've been defeated. My no concede rule has gone out the window. I feel a little bit ashamed about it, but I'm going to do it because I don't just want to make everyone sit through another 8 turns of us getting punched to death. But yeah, Sikari, what was it? Sikari 11. Yeah, let me look, this is what I'm talking about, right? Let's just go from the beginning, the last few games, right? So this game, he came up against Chaos, conceded. This game, someone conceded against him. This game, he came up against Chaos and conceded. This game, someone conceded against him. This game, he came up against Chaos and conceded. Like, this is what I mean about the 51 SPP rule hurting Chaos just as much as it hurts everyone else. If the 51 SPP rule was in, then he wouldn't just... The whole point is that at the moment, Chaos teams kill everybody else, and when they come up against each other, the first one to lose their apothecary concedes and protects all their players. That bit there is the problem. That is the problem with the Chaos at the moment in the NAF Open League. They kill everyone else, and then when they come up against each other, they're like, okay, whichever one of us loses the Apo, done. I'm out. I'm gone. I'm going to protect my players. See you later on. Which is what I was saying. Like, if the 51 SPP rule was in, then every time Chaos teams came up against each other, they would have to actually play the game, so they would actually take some losses, which would then make it much harder for them to get these 1800, 1900 Chaos kill teams that just sit there all day long and never ever lose players. That is the one thing I really wish was in. So that is why I feel like the 51 SPP rule would hurt Chaos more than anyone else at the moment. Like, again, maybe you disagree with me, but I feel like that is why I really wish it was in. Like, again, it's like, oh, we're up against a Dark Elf team that was going badly. We concede. So every single time he concedes, he has a chance of losing players. Does that make sense to anyone? I'm not sure if that makes sense the way I'm trying to explain it, but I feel like that is my thinking behind it. Oh, you know, don't get me wrong, RJ. I'm not saying that every single Chaos coach is like that. Like I'm saying, there are some very, very good Chaos coaches out there that do very, very well and play the game really, really well and make very, very good Chaos teams. Like, I've got absolutely no problem with that. What I do have a problem with is every single Chaos team in the world being that good because they can just concede all the time with no punishment.
Time for some
Let's have a look. I don't know, actually. I'll have a look. Stats. See what I mean? Look. Are you really gonna tell me that if he couldn't concede for free, that he would have a record of 35 and 25 and still have an 11-man Chaos Man team that are all level 3, 4 and 5 and all still have Claw and Mighty Blow, and he doesn't have to play with any rookies at all? Like, there's no way that he gets that team, and if he can't just concede for free. No way. So that is my that was my point. That was my point. Coldy. What about a TV cap? No, I really don't. I generally don't feel like a TV cap would help. Not that I don't think it would help. I don't feel like a TV cap is necessary. I really don't. I just think. I think it is generally just a case of, because the league is endless, and there is no penalty for like conceding games. It just means that anyone that is willing to concede a lot of games will eventually be able to build the perfect Chaos kill team. Yeah, well, yeah. What Kissy says. Kissy says. Chaos are the TV cap.
Blood Viper have certainly got
stats,
their hands
what is it?
deep into Blood Bowl, don't you think, Bob?
I know the Bloodweiser CEO, Jim.
317.
It's not hands. It's claws.
Yeah, 37 casualties. 37 casualties sustained versus 337 injuries inflicted. 45 casualties inflicted. Like, I don't see how. Like, it literally just comes down to that. Like, if you see a Chaos team and every time they're against an Orc team conceded, you know, he concedes all the time. He just concedes all the time and then eventually ends up with a really good Chaos team. Like, that's all it is. Right, you would have conceded. Right, okay, but then right. So my argument against this is then what the general, for people that obviously are not reading the chat, the general consensus seems to be that, you know, concedes are an important mechanic and you can use them to then protect your players, which I don't disagree with. And he is giving out free SP all the time as well. And firstly, to the point where he is giving out free SP as well, my argument against that would be, if that is the mechanic that the game is based around, then at high TV, or as soon as your team gets past a certain team value, you never finish a game. No one ever finishes any games. Because as soon as you lose your Apo and players start dying, you just concede. For free, because it makes no difference. That's all you do. You just play the game, people start dying, I'm done. Next game. Which is, like, I dislike it, but if that is the way that you think the game should be, then all power to you. Like, if that's your opinion that is perfectly fine, then great. Like, good luck to you, and I'm glad you like it that way. I'm not saying I hate the game. I'm just saying that I feel like there should be a better way of doing it than that. Like, that's all it is. I just feel like I feel like there's surely there's a better way of doing it whereby someone can concede that many games and after conceding that many games, end up with an exceptionally well put together, well protected team. That's all I'm getting at. I feel like there should at least be some mechanic in the game whereby that is not, like, conceding repeatedly is not a feasible way to make a great team. That is probably the easiest and shortest way I can think to kind of explain what I'm getting at.
Leagues can be played between friends.
Enemies.
Like, it's not that I hate chaos. It's not that I hate chaos. It's just I hate the fact, and it's not just necessarily chaos specifically. I dislike the fact that you can concede games to protect all of your players and not suffer any negative consequences. That's all. That's all. And I just feel like that manifests itself as the biggest problem with chaos teams specifically. That's all it is. We could... Yeah, this is it. Like, I just feel like, you know, when you come up against a Chaos team and they're like 1900, 2000 TV and they butcher all your pieces, but the only way they got there is by conceding every game. Like, I wish that when Chaos teams played each other, they actually had to play each other. That's all. That's all I care about. We're not going to delete the doors yet. We may come back to them, but we are going to. I'm going to start spinning because. You're right. Okay. Again, like. Again, my point is this. Then, you say, well, a counter to chaos is being AV7, and again, I don't disagree with you. I know a lot of people have said that playing an AV7 team like Dark Elves or something, or Wood Elves, is very good against chaos because it negates the usefulness of their claw. I don't disagree with you in the slightest. I think that is a perfectly reasonable argument, and I wholeheartedly agree with you. But what I am saying is, with the current system, there is absolutely no need for a Chaos team to ever play against any team they don't want to play against. Like, a guy like that who's got 25 losses and a bunch of concedes can literally, like, you can literally make a Chaos team. I could make a Chaos team now and go, Elves don't want to play them, concede. Elves don't want to play them, concede. Orcs, okay, I like playing Orcs, I'll play. Oh, I've lost a player, I've burned my Apo, concede. Next game, oh, Orcs again, I'll play. Oh, I've killed 4 players, I'll play this one because I'm going to get star player points. Like, you can quite easily do that with the game in the way it's set up at the moment. That is my only point. My point is not that there are no counters to chaos or that no teams do well against them or, you know, any of that stuff. My point is literally only that the way the game is set up at the moment, there is absolutely no reason for a chaos coach to play anyone he doesn't want to play. So if he doesn't want to play your elf team, he doesn't have to.